She is spotlighting and using her glam power, I guess you would call it, to highlight this industry and to bring awareness to the troubled teen industry and the horrific things that happen in these institutions. She's a champion for children. Please help me welcome Paris Hilton. Need to make sure and ensure transparency is available to us so that we can look at policy moving forward if necessary. Also with us is Rebecca Groen. She is the Director of Impact of 1111 Media that continuously works with Ms. Hilton to be able to be the voice and shine a light on this industry and the troubled teen industry that the United States and the world is subjected to. So I'll turn it over to Ms. Rebecca Groen first.
Thank you so much, Senator Grove. Hi, Madam Chair and members of the committee. I defer my time to Paris Hilton. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Chair and members of the Senate Human Services Committee, thank you for this opportunity to speak and share my story with you. Today I stand before you not just as Paris Hilton, but as a survivor and an advocate for the silent voices waiting to be heard. I know firsthand the horrors that happen behind the closed doors of youth residential treatment facilities. As a teenager, I was placed in programs in California and other states where the very people entrusted with my care, my growth, and my healing betrayed that trust in the most devastating ways. I was not allowed to speak freely, to move freely, or even look out a window without permission. I was subjected to cruel and degrading treatment, all in the name of therapy. I lived in constant fear, not knowing what would happen to me next. If I tried to tell my parents about the abuse, the staff would immediately rip the phone from my hand, disconnect the call, and subject me to violent physical restraints and throw me into solitary confinement. And when I close my eyes at night, I still have nightmares about solitary confinement 20 years later, where I'm being dragged down a hallway and shoved into a 4x4 cement cell. One day in seclusion felt like a week. That small room, covered in scratch marks and smeared blood with no bathroom, is one of the most vivid and traumatizing memories that will haunt me for the rest of my life. The sounds of my peers screaming as they were physically restrained by numerous staff members and injected with sedatives will also never leave me. I'm not sharing this story with you today to seek sympathy, but to illuminate the grim realities that seclusion and deadly physical restraints are still happening in facilities. Does this sound like a form of therapy to you? Hundreds of thousands of youth from the child welfare and juvenile justice systems, as well as youth with disabilities, experience this treatment every year. California has made so much progress on this issue, and I'm so proud to be a resident of the state. Given that the state ended the process of sending youth to out-of-state programs due to abuse and deaths occurring, it only makes sense to ensure that facilities in-state are operating with the highest level of transparency and oversight. We must keep California's most vulnerable youth safe, and we must hold these facilities accountable to providing outstanding care. Right now, reports of restraint and seclusion are recorded, but the data is not publicly available. If Senator Grove's office and my nonprofit 1111 Media Impact couldn't get access to vital data about these facilities, can you only imagine how difficult it is for state agencies placing youth in facilities or parents that have had to make the difficult decision to do so? We shouldn't be placing youth in facilities without knowing what these children will be subjected to. The Accountability in Children's Treatment Act is a simple transparency measure that would make a lasting impact and show the world what truly happens behind closed doors. And if the facilities are worried about transparency, then I think that we should ask them what they have to hide. Our current system designed to reform, in some horrific instances, does the exact opposite. It breaks spirits, it instills fear, and it perpetuates a cycle of abuse. But today, we have the power to change that. Today, we can decide to stand up for those who don't have a voice. We must be their advocates, their protectors, and their voices in the halls of power where decisions are made. Please vote yes to SB 1043. Thank you for your attention, your compassion, and your action. Together, we can make sure the horrors of yesterday do not become the realities of tomorrow. Together, we can give these children what they truly deserve: safety, care, and a bright future. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hilton, for sharing your story. We're now going to be turning it over to the public for their comments. Any members of the public wishing to address the committee today for support, your name, organization, and your position only, please come up to the microphone.
John Drebinger with the Steinberg Institute in support. Thank you.
Could go that way.
Zoe Schreiber, a troubled teen survivor and advocate in strong support.
Avital Van Leeuwen, survivor of institutional child abuse at Alpine Academy, funded by Los Angeles Unified School District. Strong support of this bill.
Chelsea Filer, CEO of the Institutional Child Abuse Prevention and Advocacy Network. I strongly support this bill. Thank you.
Natalie Wills, survivor of institutional child abuse, run away at a very young age to hide from this big abusive industry. Please vote yes on SB 1043. Thank you.